Hey everybody, Jill here. Today I'm going to introduce you to a keyword ranking tool called Nightwatch. If you haven't seen it before, it is really cool and it does a lot of really great stuff to help you organize and keep better management and tracking of your keywords. So I have been using SEO Power Suite's rank tracker for probably over 10 years now, and this is probably the tool that is going to make me switch. So that's how much I really like this one. I am not currently a client of Nightwatch. They did reach out to me asking me if I would take it for a test drive, and I'm really glad I did because it's really cool. So I'm going to start with pricing because I know that is the first thing that people always ask about. So I do find the pricing to be affordable, which is why I'm ready to make the switch. So you can pay yearly or monthly, which of course it's going to be cheaper if you do yearly. So for 250 keywords, it's $32 a month for yearly payments and $39 a month for monthly payments. For 1,000 keywords, you're looking at $99 a month or $82 a month if you pay for a year in advance. Okay, so these lower levels, just so you know, so if I got the 500 keyword package today, it would cost me, I would always pay in advance. I save the money, so I try to pay in advance. I would pay $47 a month, and for that, I would get the tracking for 500 keywords, and you can track on mobile or desktop. Each one does cost a credit though, so be careful how you track your keywords. Okay, so I know I am mostly desktop for my main site, so I wouldn't even bother tracking on mobile. So I would only use desktop. So if I track each keyword on mobile and desktop, then technically I have 250 keywords. So just be careful how you use that. 50 websites you can track. Yes, 50. So if you own 50 websites and you only want to track 10 keywords on each website, you can do that. You can track 5 competitors, which that I am absolutely loving. I love the concept of it. I'll show you how that looks. 5,000 site audit pages. There is an audit tool in here. I will run through it real quick, but I use Screaming Frog or Sitebulb, so I don't really have a use for that. But for some of you who don't have those tools, it's a really good visual to kind of see how well your site is doing. And then you can track your keywords in Google, YouTube, Bing. I think DuckDuckGo is in there. There was 1 or 2 others as well. So there's a couple different things you can track in. And then you can integrate with Google Analytics and Google Search Console, which makes my heart happy because I am a total nerd girl when it comes to Search Console. So for those of you in the higher levels, if you're looking for an enterprise level SEO tracker or rank tracker, this one fits the bill. $5.59 a month if you pay in advance. I think it was $6.99 if you pay monthly, but you get all these extras. You get the white label reporting, you can run an API, you can connect with Google Data Studio, and this is all very customizable, so you can really create it a branded report for your clients. So that is it on pricing. Let's jump into the admin. And I do want to preface that Nightwatch does really excel at local tracking. So you can see, where you rank in the local maps. It goes down to zip code. It can track in all different countries. I did not test the local only because I don't have any local sites to test with. But it does all of that. So if you have, 20 local clients that you're dealing with, this totally fits the bill. So when we come into the dashboard, you can see you've got reports up here, which I'm not covering that today because those are for enterprise level clients, and most of you guys are probably not enterprise level. So video tutorials are there, help docs. This gives you an idea of where you are in your account. So I have keywords remaining that I can track is 170. So I only put in about 80. And then I have 48 additional URLs that I can add. So over here, I have 2 set up. I have this website and I have this website. So I have 2 websites in here currently. And then if you come over here, you can do a switch color mode. For you strange people who like black, I will stick with white, but you have that option as well. I know a lot of people do like the black interface. So now we have this dashboard, which is kind of what you land on when you log into your account. And what's really cool about this is you can customize what you want to see on this dashboard. So whatever metrics or details are most important to you, you can put here. So I did just a standard, how am I averaging over the last whatever period of time? And you can see, up a little bit. And then this one I did, how many keywords, where's my average position of keywords that have over 1,000 searches a month? Because I want to target those keywords so I can increase my traffic. So we can see my average position is pretty pathetic at 32. So hopefully you guys will feel really sorry for me when you see some of my data, because it's not pretty. So over 1,000 searches, my average for my keywords that are ranking is a 32. Okay, what's really kind of neat is from here, you can easily change dates. So maybe I just want to see the last 7 days. Okay, so you can see my average has actually dropped the last 7 days, but my average position has increased the last 7 days. Okay, maybe I want to take a look at the last 3 months. Okay. So you can see when I started testing, I started playing with this in September. So there's no data before that. But you can see, I had a big jump up in average position. I was doing really well, and then it came down. Yes, I know why that happened, and yes, I'm dealing with it. But you can see, I've been growing slowly over time, so it's getting a little bit better. Same thing with the searches, growing a little bit over time. You can do a custom range. You can do last 14 days, last year, however long your data is in there. So I'm going to keep it at last 30 for now. And then if you want to add an item on this dashboard, you can do something called Create View. So I had already created another view for featured snippets. So maybe you want to see how many featured snippets you have. Okay, so I already created my report. I'm going to click Add Item. I'm going to look for featured snippets. I'm going to pin that item. So now we can see I have 1 featured snippet, guys. Do a happy dance. Yes, that is really pathetic. I'm not that happy. So featured snippets, I can see that. Maybe I want to see, I'm going to create a new view, and maybe I want to see anything that ranks in greater or equal than 5, and any rank that is less than or equal to 10. So now I can see all the keywords I'm ranking in position 5 through 10 for quick wins. Okay, and there is also an or option as well. So you can filter by or by and. The one other thing I'm going to add here, because I have 2 websites set up in here, when you do these views, it's going to show you all of the data from all the websites you have in here. So what I'm going to do is create a tag, which I already did. When I upload all my keywords, I actually create a tag for the website. So all the keywords I added for GFE, I tag them GFE. All the keywords I added for BCB, I tag them with BCB. So now what I can do is a keyword tag is, and I enter the value BCB, I click Save, and I'm going to do position. I'm going to label my view position 5 through 10 and click Save. And now you can see I have position 5 through 10. I can come here, position 5 through 10, and I can pin my item. Okay, so now we can see my average position of all my keywords that are ranking a position 5 through 10 is a 7. These are keywords I might want to go to and immediately check out. So let's do that. Maybe I want to click through and see what happened. Okay, so what this does, it takes me to my BCB dashboard. You can always look up here and see where you are on the navigation on the top. Okay, so what this does, it tells me everything I need to know about all the keywords that are ranking in positions 5 through 10. So this gives me an idea of where I need to do some work for some quick wins to push it up to the top 3. So average position for these keywords is a 7.1. And then you could look at different time frames. I can see it daily, weekly, monthly. Okay. Up here, you can click to see different dates, just like we did on the other format, on the other section. I can do last 30 days, which obviously then is not going to show me anything monthly, but I can do daily. I could do last this month to date, so I can see how well I'm doing. So you've got all these different options to play around with the data from a time perspective. Then it'll show you your search visibility. You can see your keyword distribution. And again, same thing. This is only going to tell me top 10. It's really only giving me positions 5 through 10. So keep that in mind here. That's why there's these zeros. Keywords up and down in position 5 through 10 for the last week or for the last month. So this is really good information. Just helps you see how you're doing. Okay. If I wanted to see my featured snippets, I can click on that from here. And now I see my featured snippet report. I can see what has a featured snippet. We when I had it, when I didn't, if it dropped. So lots of good information there. Of course, if I had more featured snippets, this would be a much more interesting report. Now let's do the overview. This one is an overview of all the keywords I currently have in Nightwatch. Okay, so all keywords, I have 68. And then I created some custom views just for BCB. So if you create a create view from here, it's going to put it on, it can allow you to put it on this dashboard. So this dashboard is an overreaching view, and you could do all different views in here, merge clients together. There's a lot of different ways. When you get into each specific grouping, then you can do more views that are just custom to BCB or GFE, whichever one you're in. So that's what these are. So I created a position 5 through 10. Keywords went up, keywords went down. These are all custom views that I created. Okay, but let's start with the overview. So all keywords, okay, I have 68. The average position of all 68 is 31. You can see my search visibility. You can see my index pages have been growing. My search visibility is up. My click potential's up. So lots of good stuff going on here in the last couple of weeks. Maybe we'll look at the last 3 months. Okay. Average position was 31. It's, kind of all over the place. For some reason, the niche I'm in is very volatile, so lots of changes. Keyword distribution, so this will show me top 3, top 10, top 100, and this gives me a good bird's eye view of what's growing and what's not. So not any huge changes going on. It's been pretty stable, which hopefully I'll change that soon. And then keywords up and down. And again, you can play around with all the different filters. So we could do last 30 days. Maybe we want to just do weekly, daily. So any way you need to visualize it, and that's one of the things I love about this. The visualizations are everything to me. Now maybe we don't want to look at this anymore. You can collapse it. And now you scroll on down to the bottom and it's got all of the information for the rank tracking part. Okay, I can't go through every option because there's too many of them. But if you click on some keywords, you'll see actions. Okay, so you can assign tags. So you can see the tags. This is great for grouping or creating clusters, whatever you want to do. BCB is my default, so all keywords get the BCB, so I can run filters if I want. You can remove your tags. You can delete the keyword. You can search for keywords. Advanced filters, that's what that little thing is here. So we can create advanced filters right from here as well. Again, these are also views, so you can filter by anything you want. Okay, there's so many different things you can filter by, it's not even funny. And then you've got filter tags. So I have my tags here. If I just want to see, this tag, just these keywords in my cluster about this. Okay, I can do that. Let's go back. Let's get rid of this because I want to view all. This is the part I really love, manage columns. So you can totally customize what you're viewing here. Okay, this is what I prefer to see. I want to see my keyword, my current rank position, evolution graph. I love this because it lets me see how well I'm doing for this specific keyword. It's giving me the search volume that is global because I do have a global website. My organic rank for my competitors, guys. So I can see what my competitors are ranking for and compare it right here. And you can add multiple competitors. I actually think I do have another one. So if we go down, competitor VTH and competitor TS. So if I do organic rank for them, okay, now you see I have another column here. So if I go down, you can move them around. So you can, however you need to visualize it, that's why I love this. So organic, so you can see they're ranking at number 16. I'm ranking at number 1, so I'm kicking their butt. They're ranking at 5, I'm ranking at 3. They're ranking at 8, I'm ranking at 3. So I'm doing pretty well against these guys. This one, they're not ranking for any of these, which means they might not be competing for them. It may not be a bad thing. But here's one. They're at 13. I'm at 11, so I'm beating both of my competitors. 6 and 29, I'm at 20. 4, 29, I'm at 21. So I'm not doing horribly against the competition. And then I have a column for daily clicks because I want to see what's driving clicks to my site. So here I am number 1 for this, but it doesn't show that I'm getting really many clicks. So I might want to rethink what's going on there. Maybe I want to play around with my title tags, something. 33 clicks for this term. So this is just a good way for me to kind of eyeball how well I'm doing at the different locations. So many different columns you can add. If you're local, you can add your pack rank. You can do previous rank. weekly change, monthly change, SERP results. Okay, so if I wanted to see what the SERP results were, it's showing me there's 1.1 million search results for this term, 1.1 billion. So this is a good thing just to get an idea of those stats. You can do image carousel if you're ranking there, daily impressions or click-through rate, which come from Search Console. So lots, like I said, you could totally customize this any way you want. You can also open SERP preview. So what this does for this term, it's going to show me what the search results look like right now. Okay, so I could see, if I dropped, I could see a quick view. Okay, who the heck kicked my butt and beat me? So you can see it right from the dashboard, and then you know what you need to work on. Okay, then you can come down, you can see your different filters just by specific keywords. If you have different filters and views set up, career path. Now I can just see my keywords that went down. I can see just my keywords that went up. Okay, these are all custom made. If I want to do a new view, I can do new view. Maybe I want to do rank is greater than 10 and rank is less than 20. So I can see all the keywords. Put the wrong thing in there. I can see all the keywords that are ranking between 10 and 20. And again, quick win opportunities. Just lets me see at a glance what I can do to improve. So you can see for all the keywords I'm ranking between 10 and 20, my average position is 15. So that's pretty good. I have some work to do, but that means I might be able to kick those onto page 1 pretty quick. Okay. Then when you come down, you'll have some graphs. Competitor average image, and you can do new graphs. Okay, so I think I might have made these. So you can do any data that you want. So Search Console, because I am a Search Console nut, I'll just show you this one. You can choose anything you want to see in here and any dates. So for Search Console, I'm going to get rid of these. Just going to start clean. I'm going to show you daily. Okay, so for the last 30 days, these are the clicks to my website from Search Console. Okay, 300, 157. You can see, we drop on the weekends. Okay, and maybe then I want to add, let me take a look at the impressions from Google Search Console. Okay, so my impressions are pretty flat, no big growth or plummets, which is good. Let's do the last 3 months. Okay, dropped a little bit. I can look monthly, weekly, or daily. I can add, and you don't have to add just from Google Search Console. I just created one just for Search Console data. Maybe you want to see how your competitor is doing. Maybe we want to look at their average position and compare it. The flexibility is unlimited. So there's so many different ways to use the data that this tool is giving you. And you can create new graphs for anything that you want. So if you want to create a new graph, we can do add dimension. Maybe I want to do an average position graph, and I want to do a competitor average position. And then I'm going to save. I'm going to do average position. Oops, didn't save it. Hold on. Average position. And then I click save. And now I have a new graph. So I can see my average position is actually a lot higher than their average position for the keywords I'm tracking. Okay, so unlimited graphs, and you could do this for every client. Then here's the site audit. Okay, I think I ran this a while ago. Site health for me is 100%. I'm a tech SEO person, so it better be, or I'm going to be really mad at myself. I'm not going to go too into depth here, but it gives you some of the basics. How many page levels that your content is at, your crawlability. Is there any issues with your Google being able to crawl your website, or Bing, or whatever you use? You could filter by pages if you want to filter. If you want to see all the response codes that are greater than 300. I don't think I have any, so nothing's going to show up. It tells you your load time. You can actually get more page details by clicking here. It'll give you just a little more information. So lots of cool stuff in here. There's some audit checks. Okay, it'll tell you if there's anything here that's problematic. Obviously, I don't have any. I do have some alt tags that are missing, so I do definitely want to check that. Missing open graph tags. But you want to check because this says missing open graph tags. If I click on that, it's telling me I don't have Facebook open graph tags for these pages. But you know what? I don't care because they're author pages or they might be a category page. So I don't care about those. So as long as my posts have them, that's all I care about. So that's the site audit. You can do new views in here as well. I don't play in here too much, but you guys can play with that if that's something you're interested in. The reports, for those that are enterprise level, this is the report section. You can create all different options here. For reporting, you can add all different elements. So maybe you want to do a competitor average position. Okay, and that'll show up down here. You can add another element, maybe a keyword list that is ranking, last change. So this would be a competitor list that'll show the daily, weekly, monthly changes. So your client can see this. You can add a logo to it. You can schedule it. You can send it in different formats. So for those of you who are running agencies, really great options here for really customizing it. The one other thing I really like is the notes. So with notes, so October 25th, I added breadcrumbs to the site. I took them down for a while to test, then I put them back up. So what's really neat is when you're looking at anything, let me see if it shows up in here. Okay, where did I see it? If you go into here, it'll show you average position 28, notes, added breadcrumbs. So when you're looking at the overview of what's going on with your website, it's going to give you an idea of any changes that you made, so you can keep track of how it's affecting your website as a whole. So having notes is really kind of a cool thing. I also keep notes in my website anyway, but I like having it here so I can align it with the traffic on the website. Breadcrumbs didn't have a big impact on my site, so it's good to know. And then the other thing I want to show you is how you add different groups. So you can add different groups for different clients. So here I have BCB, which is one group, and I have a few featured views that I want to see on the dashboard when I log in. I didn't create any views for GFE, but there is a GFE dashboard as well. Okay, and again, you can always come up from up here and see where you are. So to create new groups, just add a folder, test group. So maybe you want to have a client folder and just put your clients in there. Maybe you want to have a folder for each client. You want to have a folder for each site. I like having a folder for each site. That way I can create custom views because my sites are all so different. So you would start by adding URL when you add a new group. You just plug it in whatever the URL is. URL group, I'm going to put it under test group. Next, and it'll just walk you through. It'll integrate with your search console. You'll log into analytics and it'll give you all the data. It'll pull it all in for you. So this was your introduction to Nightwatch. I hope you find it as interesting as I do. I'm excited to be one of their newest customers. I'll be signing up soon. And if you have any questions or want to know about any specific features, just hit me up in the comments and like the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And thanks for your time, guys. Have a great day.